culture.
Don't go away, because New York Hot Tracks will be right back with a special interview with yours truly.
Not you.
At New York Contract has the pleasure of having Boy George of Culture Club. This is part of your national tour in Washington, D.C. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing? You look splendid, Boy George. Do you think that the media has paid too much attention to your look?
Yes. But then again, you know, I suppose it's inevitable. You know, like old ladies don't walk up to you in the street and say, I love the bass sound on your record, you know.
Right.
Music is very untalked about, you know, apart from in certain circles, you know, like Musician Magazine. People don't generally talk about music, you know.
They talk about you and your image?
Well, I think they do with most bands, you know. I think that imagine if you have a band that wears jeans and a t-shirt. I mean, you're really stuck for questions, aren't you, you know?
So do you use your visual image to attract people who listen to your music and your message? Or
no.
How, if at all, is your looks a reflection of your beliefs?
I suppose there is an element of the peacocking. It expresses, I suppose, a certain amount of rebellion in my character. You know, I think that, you know, you do need people to take the initiative in this world. And lucky for all you wonderful people, I've decided to lead you through the water, you know.
Do you think you would have had the same impact if you had a straighter image at all?
But I'm not concerned about my image. You know what I mean? I'm not concerned about it. You know, to me, it's like different people have different things in their wardrobe. You know, some people may put on different things to me, but I don't think about it.
Did you ever really think that the group would be as big and as popular as it is today?
Oh. Again, you know, like each thing was like an event. You know, each sort of little murmur of something happening was like an event, and it was all so quick and so sort of sporadical that I couldn't think about it, you know. I suppose I did in the back of my mind wish and think that, you know, there was a chance, but never sort of like, definitely, you know, we'll be doing this next year and we'll be in America, and, you know, it wasn't anything like that, but it was sort of like a optimism, you know.
Who comes up with the concepts in your videos?
For Miracle and Miss Me, the War song and the Metal song, all those ones, I've come up with the basic plot, and then I've worked with producers. It's a Miracle, yeah, was one of the first statement videos, I suppose. I've always wanted to make videos that people look at and go, that it's humorous, but also like makes you think a little bit. What I was saying is that, you know, there are moments in your career where you sit down, you read something about yourself in the paper, and no matter how big a star you are, no matter how much money you've got or whatever, you know, there are times when you think, you know, why do people have to be so nasty, you know what I mean? Right. And so it's a sort of, you think, well, to hell with it all, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we've sold this many records. I mean, you know, we have a job that we enjoy. And so that video was like, thank God, you know, for music.
Let's talk about the latest one, the War song. A lot of people have expressed that it's an anti-war song, and you say it's really not.
Well, it's not just an anti-war song, you know. I think it would have been better if it had been called Everybody Thinks They're the Most Important Person in the World. Because, you know, when you're driving down the highway in your car, all of us think that the next person should get out of the way, that we should be able to take the left turn before they do.
Right.
And the song is basically about how people can't live with each other on a basic level. If you're 6 years old or 3, how do you get the message across? You say war is stupid, you know, and if you watch the beginning, the kid's saying, you know, get us stupid up.
Let's play war. Let's get it, absurd. Take it, stupid. Get it, stupid.
It's a very off-the-wall record, and it was necessary for us to do it, and we felt that it was relevant, and so...
Speaking of off the wall, how is it that you are so consistently inconsistent in your music? You guys seem to come out with something different all the time.
Just because I suppose there's so many sort of presidents in the band. You know, there's like President John, Roy and Mikey and me.
Right.
And I think everybody has a sort of strong personality, and every time like we go to record a record, there's always somebody that will be the main contributing factor. It will either be Roy or Mikey, and each of them have got different musical tastes. So it always affects us. You know?
You spent about $125,000 putting together the War song video?
I didn't.
Your company
Virgin Records did, yeah. Thank you.
What's probably one of the weirdest or most exciting things that have happened in making of a video? Which particular video?
Oh, I think the only thing that I've done in a video which was a little bit daring was in Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? I went underwater, fully dressed. In that, bought me my Hasidic hat. And I thought, this hat, I kept saying to people, this hat's going to get ruined. That was all I could think of. And I had to go underwater, and then they reversed the film. But apart from that, I haven't really done anything daring. I'm looking forward to doing something like hand gliding or something like that in a video.
Really? How do you feel about performing in front of live audiences?
I don't get nervous anymore. I used to get terribly nervous, but not anymore. And I think you have to be there, you know. I think it's easy to make pop films. They never really capture what people feel when they're at shows.
Right.
You know, and I work totally off the energy of the audience. If the audience is useless, so am I.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm an alternative to people like Prince and Michael Jackson. I don't come on and every move isn't calculated. I mean, I'm a terrible dancer.
Right.
You know, I make no bones about that.
Do you have any other aspirations outside of what you've already done?
I would like to just continue making music, and you know, the videos, I suppose I get more involved in them now, so they're more eventful for me. But really, most people get jobs where they get up at 9 o'clock and come home at 5 and nothing happens.
Right.
You know what I mean? So how could my job be uneventful, you know what I mean? Or
Right.
there's so much going on in my job that I'm just so grateful that I can sort of be occupied 24 hours a day, you know.
How old are you now, 23?
23 years.
What do you want to be doing when you're about 30?
I might want to have a pizza tomorrow, but I haven't thought about it, you know.
Don't go away, because New York Hot Tracks will be right back with the Hot Pick of the Week from
The Daz Band.
Yeah.
All right.